Mattoon, Illinois, 1944. America was gripped by the Second World War, but on the home front, a different kind of fear was taking hold. A phantom menace, a shadowy figure creeping through the night, spraying noxious gas into people's homes.
For weeks, a bizarre wave of attacks plagued this quiet town, leaving residents sick, terrified, and pointing fingers.
They called him the Mad Gasser, or sometimes the Phantom Anesthetist. Because even back then, we loved to give serial weirdos cool stage names.
But here's the question: was he real? Or was the entire town just gassed up on panic?
Welcome back to The Curious Past. I'm Danny.
And I'm Shan. Today we're delving into the strange case of the Mad Gasser of Mattoon.
It all began in late August 1944. Mrs. Kearney of Mattoon awoke to a sickeningly sweet odor in her bedroom. Her throat burned, her legs went numb, and her husband? Out cold.
Now, most people might blame the dog, or perhaps Beans, but not Mrs. Kearney.
She was convinced someone had sprayed gas into her window, and not the Taco Bell kind.
Similarly, on August 31st, 1944, a young woman, Mrs. Urban Wraith, awoke in her home to a peculiar, sweet odor. Suddenly, she felt a wave of nausea and weakness, followed by a partial paralysis of her legs. Her husband also reported feeling ill.
The local doctor was baffled. Just a few days later, a similar incident occurred at another residence. This time, the victim reported seeing a shadowy figure outside her window before being overcome by the mysterious fumes. Panic began to simmer in Mattoon.
In the days that followed, the reports multiplied. The Mad Gasser, as he was quickly dubbed by the local press, seemed to operate under a similar MO.
Victims would report a strange, often sweet or sickly odor, followed by a range of symptoms: nausea, vomiting, weakness, dizziness, and even temporary paralysis.
Some claimed to have seen a figure lurking outside their windows, sometimes described as tall and thin, other times more indistinct.
The attacks typically occurred at night, targeting individual homes seemingly at random. The town was on edge. Doors were locked, windows were sealed, and the scent of paranoia hung heavy in the air.
As the attacks continued, theories abounded. Could it have been an industrial accident? A local chemical plant nearby?
Sure, maybe there was a leak, but no consistent wind patterns, no chemical matches, and let's face it, corporate responsibility in the 40s wasn't exactly trendy.
Initially, some medical professionals suggested the symptoms could be attributed to common ailments like summer colds or even anosmia, the inability to smell leading to misinterpretations of normal odors.
However, the consistency of the reported symptoms and the alleged sightings made this explanation less convincing for many.
Some believe the first attack or two may have been real, some disturbed individual out testing a homemade anesthetic. But when the papers caught wind of it, mass hysteria did the rest.
Talk of a real attacker began to gain traction. Was it a disgruntled local, a wartime saboteur trying to sow chaos? Some even speculated about a secret government experiment gone wrong. The atmosphere in Mattoon was thick with suspicion and fear.
But there was another, perhaps less sensational theory gaining ground. According to psychologist James P. Chaplin, this was a textbook case of mass hysteria. Fear, war anxiety, and media sensationalism created a cocktail of paranoia.
Suggestion can play a powerful role, leading individuals to experience real physical symptoms based on the anxieties and beliefs of those around them.
The media coverage, the constant talk of a Gasser lurking in the shadows, could have inadvertently amplified anxieties and led to otherwise explainable symptoms being attributed to this phantom menace.
The power of the human mind, especially in a collective state of fear, is a force to be reckoned with.
The public reaction in Mattoon was a mixture of terror and frustration. People started arming themselves, neighborhood watch patrols were formed.
Children were kept indoors. At one point, even the police warned against vigilante justice. The town was gripped by a collective paranoia.
But despite the widespread panic and numerous reports, tangible evidence of a real attacker remained elusive. Police investigations yielded no arrests, no consistent chemical traces, and no definitive proof of a weapon or method of dispersal.
The descriptions of the gasser were vague and inconsistent. While the fear was undeniably real for the residents of Mattoon, the physical evidence to support the existence of a malicious individual systematically gassing homes was strikingly absent.
As weeks turned into months without any concrete evidence or arrests, the reports began to dwindle. The media frenzy eventually subsided, and the Mad Gasser of Mattoon faded from the headlines as quickly as he had appeared.
The fear lingered, but the active reports ceased. Had the gasser been caught? Had he moved on? Or had the collective anxiety simply run its course?
Just as quickly as he appeared, the Mad Gasser vanished. No suspects, no arrests, no confession. Just a ghost in the wartime fog.
Decades later, the Mad Gasser of Mattoon remains a perplexing case. While the fear experienced by the residents was undoubtedly real, the lack of physical evidence strongly suggests that mass hysteria played a significant role in the events.
In 1944, the anxieties of wartime America, loved ones overseas, coupled with the power of suggestion and media attention, sirens in the dark, and uncertainty everywhere likely created a perfect storm of collective anxiety. Fear had fertile ground to grow.
And let's be honest, if you were gonna commit random gas attacks, wouldn't you pick a place called Mattoon?
Yet the lingering question remains. Could there have been a real individual, a shadowy figure whose actions sparked this wave of fear?
The true answer may forever remain lost to the mists of time. The Mad Gasser may never have existed, but his legend has lingered, reminding us that sometimes the scariest thing isn't what's out there, it's what's in our heads.
What do you think happened in Mattoon? Was it a genuine threat or a fascinating case study in the power of mass psychology?
Share your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into gas-powered paranoia, hit that like button and subscribe for more intriguing stories. Thanks for watching The Curious Past.
Until next time, stay curious.